All right, so I've talked to a lot of people that have this view on health, and they think they can look at someone and gauge if they're healthy strictly by appearance. They can look at their skin, their someone's hair, if they have low body fat, they have muscle, and they go, okay, that guy's healthy, that woman's healthy. But look, we know nothing about that person's state of mind, whether or not they feel like they're accomplishing enough in life, or if they go throughout their life and they're actually in a fun loving attitude. And without factoring in these variables, you can't tell if someone's living a healthy life or not. I mean, think about it. If you wake up every single day and you dread your day, you're disgusted with your life, you don't feel like there's any meaning or purpose, you're just kind of wandering like aimlessly, going through the motions of life. And then at the end of the day, you feel disgusted with yourself because that day didn't help you progress your life in the direction that you wanted it to. If that's the case, are you really living a healthy life? No, of course not. And by not valuing these factors as part of a healthy life, you're going to continue down the same path you're on. You're going to keep getting that deep feeling in your gut that's telling you that you're on the wrong path in life. That feeling's going to keep on growing if you don't factor in these aspects of a healthy life. Because at the end of the day, if you aren't happy with where your life is going, what the man you are, if you look in the mirror and you're not happy with who you see, and you constantly have self-doubt, anxiety, and negative thoughts about yourself, well, you're likely going to have a really negative emotional experience. And I don't care if you're ripped, you're jacked, super low body fat, attractive, and have like an amazing skin and hair, like you're taking care of your body physically. If you aren't internally happy, internally confident, then your life is going to be a life of suffering. And that's what we really tackle inside the New Era of Health. Is we want to make sure that every single person that comes in here becomes the best version of themselves. They become more happy, more confident, and more capable so that they can start hitting their goals. Because when you start to hit your goals, you're proving to yourself that you can achieve anything you set your eyes on. You start to gain confidence. You're proving to yourself that you are capable. In fact, I know this because when I was 21 years old, I was stabbed in the throat. You can see one of the scars right there. Hopefully the camera catches it. I can't tell too well. There we go. I got stabbed right here and punctured down here. I punctured my lung down there. Now, while I was grateful to be alive, like I should have died for sure. I was with the chef knife. The one's bigger, closer to the handle, I'm super fortunate to be alive. There's no way around it, but while I was alive, I was left in a broken state. I lost every ounce of muscle I ever had from years of weightlifting. My legs, they forgot how to work. They couldn't even support me standing up. I was living off tubes. If you unplug those tubes, you literally unplugged my life. And when I was in this state, I just had a really low energy. I couldn't even finish eating a meal without napping. I would literally have to nap halfway through eating a meal because I would get so exhausted. I couldn't solve a simple equation like 11 times 11. That was tough. My cognitive function was comparable to a 4-year-old's. And when I was in this broken state, this weak state, this limited state of myself, that's when I started getting filled with self-doubt. I started wondering if I was ever actually going to hit the goals I set for myself. If this state of mediocrity was meant to be my new life. And every single day, those problems, those internal problems, just haunted me like a ghost. And when you start to have these negative thoughts and you start to doubt yourself, well, that's going to have a huge impact on your emotional state. And that's no surprise because your thoughts have a direct correlation on your mood. And if you've never noticed that, what I want you to do right now is think of a time that you succeeded in life. Whether it was kissing your crush, winning a sports game or a video game, whatever it was. Think of a time where you excelled and you were happy. And notice what happens to your mood. You become happier, right? It's crazy, and that's because your thoughts have a direct correlation on your mood. So when you're always cowering in fear and anxiety and self-doubt, and you're not happy with where your life is, that's why your emotional state gets all dampened, because your mind's always thinking about what's wrong. It's thinking about your own problems. You're always wrapped up in your own problems. And that manifests into a dampened mood, a sad mood, a lacking of confidence. Now, I was really in the deep depths of that place. Every day was a battle. It was a struggle. And I still had this feeling that I was destined for greatness. But like most people, I didn't prove it to myself. And no matter how many times I told myself I was going to do X, Y, and Z to improve my life, and I couldn't stick to my word to do it. And that's when I realized, if you want to change where your life is and who you are and what you're capable of, the first thing you need to do is focus on your mindset. I mean, if you don't have the mindset for greatness, you'll settle for mediocrity. If you don't have the mindset to put in the work, your dreams will just be dreams. And if you don't have the mindset to actually consistently stick to your word, you're going to fall short of all the results you want in your life. So you have to first acquire the mind of a conqueror. That's what we call it inside the New Earth Health. It's going to make it so you're more productive, more capable, more happy, and more confident. And then once you do that, it's going to have a snowball effect on your life. So to put this in perspective, to continue with my story, like, I just kept falling off my word. And then I started learning how the human brain worked. I started studying brain science and transformational psychology to uncover the secrets of our brain that enable us to become high-performing beasts. And every single day, after applying these secrets, I started becoming more happy, more confident, and more capable than I had ever been. And that's when I started to progress my life a little bit and gain some traction, gain some internal belief. And then the next part of this was, look, you can start to prove to yourself and become more happy and confident, but there's also biology to you, and your mood and your energy. There's aspects that you can optimize in your body. Think of your body as a Lamborghini. You've had the best evolution is like the manufacturers of the Lamborghini. They've spent millions of years making it so that your body will work optimally, so that you can survive and procreate. That's the ultimate goal of your DNA. It's to survive long enough so that you can procreate. And evolution has crafted your body to work optimally so that you can survive, just like how the manufacturer of a Lamborghini has put in countless hours to make sure that the Lamborghini is at peak performance. Now, the thing is, a lot of people, they fuel their Lamborghini with regular fuel, 87. And while the Lamborghini might look okay or good on the outside, internally, it's going to have a lot of problems if you start fueling it with 87. It's not going to run properly. The engine's going to break down. It's not going to function at its peak capacity. And that's what most people do. They start fueling their body with terrible foods that affect how they perform on a cellular level, foods that make it so they get a dampened mood. They're sad, their mood's inconsistent, they randomly lash out, or they eat foods that make their energy inconsistent, so they randomly crash around 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. It almost feels like their brain has a brain fart, mental fog. They can't think critically. They keep forgetting stuff. They can't crack jokes on the spot because they can't think clearly. And a lot of people, they get to this state, and again, it's like, you can have your brain totally optimized, but if you're not taking care of your body and your brain through your nutrition and fitness, you're likely still going to be facing a lot of issues. And so what I started doing was I started working out and eating like a conqueror. I started using nutrition, fitness to enhance my body, because I was being productive and I was tackling my goals, but there's still a missing link. I would get tired and have to nap, and that was stopping my productivity and stopping me from hitting my goals and ultimately feeling the best possible I can. So I started up using nutrition and fitness to change myself on a cellular level. And what I found was way more powerful than I ever could have imagined. I started applying these secrets, and I kid you not, my energy is sprouted like a redwood tree. I was like a kid on a playground running like do 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 do. But instead of running on a playground, I was doing my errands, chores, and to-do lists. I was progressing my life in the direction I wanted to 24/7 because I had so much energy. And not only that, all right, my mental alertness, it blew up like a bomb. I was thinking like the guy in Limitless. He's got all those numbers popping up on the screen and stuff. That was me. And I found it so much easier just to be happy because I physically felt good. I mean, think back to the last day where you woke up exhausted. How much harder was it for you to be happy, to be productive, or to even talk to your friends and family? It's probably a lot more difficult than those days where you wake up refreshed and you just find it easier to be in a good mood. Well, imagine if every single day that you woke up, you were just instantly in a fun-loving attitude, energized and mentally alert. What kind of impact would that have on your life? What kind of impact would that have on your social life? And how would this change in yourself affect how you view yourself? You'd be an entirely new person. And that's why I started this channel, to be honest, because I was on the brink of death and I was broken and limited. I couldn't hit my goals, but I optimized my brain. I acquired the mind of a conqueror, started becoming happy, confident, and capable, started changing the direction of my life. And then I started optimizing my body and brain. And when you do all three of these, you acquire the mind of a conqueror, you work out like a conqueror, and you eat like a conqueror, you are the most capable version of yourself. And when you're the most capable version of yourself, you feel the best about yourself. I mean, think back to one of those days where you were ultra productive. Like your entire day, you stuck to your word to do the things that would improve your life. You tackled your to-do list, you worked, you just maybe you read or listened to a podcast. You probably felt amazing about yourself at the end of the day, right? Now, on the opposite side of the spectrum, let's look back to a day where maybe you sat around and watched TV all day, didn't do anything productive, didn't use your body, didn't go out, didn't walk. You just sat at home and did nothing. How did you feel about yourself at the end of the day? Probably a little disgusted, right? And that's because that's literally your body and brain telling you that your actions are taking you in a path that it doesn't like, that you don't like. Now, when you consistently have these days that you're ultra productive, not only are you moving your life in the direction you want, but you're going to feel amazing about yourself. You're going to gain internal belief, self-confidence. And that's when your life comes together. Now, look, if you're still watching this video with me, that means you are someone I respect because you're still on this journey to improve yourself and become the best version of yourself. And that's what this community of conquerors is about. That's what this army of conquerors is about. It's about becoming the best version of yourself and achieving the most you can so that you can extract the most happiness from life. Now, it would mean the world to me if you could like this video. And I want to hear from you. I want to hear what your biggest ambition is in life, what you want to accomplish by the time you're 30 or 40. So let me know in the comments because I want to hear about you. And not only that, when you come and you like this video, you're helping us grow this channel. You're helping us impact more people's lives and improving their lives. So I can't grow this army of conquerors without you, and it would mean the world to have you join us. Go ahead, subscribe, like, and comment. And look, if you want to learn how to acquire the mind of a conqueror so that you can successfully create change in your actions and behaviors and thus life, then I have a free book below. Go ahead, grab it. It's completely free. There's no BS. There's no strings attached. I'm not selling you anything. It's simply telling you how to become a top performer like Elon Musk, David Goggins, or Tony Robbins. Now, go ahead, grab that book, and I'll see you in the next video.